Helo, croeso I Coleg Cumbria. I'm Jackie Greaves and I'm here to talk to you about access to higher education diplomas that we run at Deeside and Yale colleges in Coleg Cambria. But before I give you any more information, here's a little video to explain why coming to Coleg Cambria to study is such a great thing to do.
We are Cambria. We were rated excellent by Estyn inspectors. We inspire success. We provide learners with work experience, which enables them to have the very best employment opportunities. We are the highest performing college in Wales. We lead the way with our world-class facilities. We partner with top universities to bring degrees to your doorstep. We have raised over £500,000 for charity since 2013. We impact positively on the wider communities we serve. We change thousands of lives every year. We can change yours. Your success starts here.
The video gave you a flavour of the different campuses we have at Yale and at Coleg Cambria, such as Yale and Deeside. And those are the two campuses that the Access to HE Diploma are taught at. There are 3 Access to Higher Education Diplomas that we actually offer over the 2 sites. There's a healthcare diploma, which people who are interested in going into nursing tend to follow. It can help you to progress to university to do an adult nursing course, a child nursing, mental health or midwifery. But it can lead on to other things that you can do in higher education as well. Many different universities will accept it, even to go on to do a teaching degree. So you need to do some research about the courses that you want to do after this course, because the whole point of the Access to HE Diploma is it prepares you for education at university level. The diploma is a 1-year course which teaches you things about subjects at level 3. That means equivalent to A-level or BTEC diplomas. You can also go on courses such as Biosciences or the Humanities and Social Sciences diplomas. All of those diplomas require that you have a GCSE either in English language or Welsh language when it's your first language, or mathematics. We require perhaps a grade C in all of those, or if you've only got one of those subjects in a grade C and the other at D, we will consider your application. The diplomas take place full-time in college, but you're actually only in college for 4 days a week. The lessons run from 9:15 in the morning until 2:30, because we realise that the people who come on the diploma usually have families or other responsibilities that they have to go and take care of after that. The diploma, whichever one you come to study, is full-time, apart from we do have, it's still a full-time course, so excuse me, a course called a blended course for healthcare, where you only come in for a very long day in comparison to other classes, 1 day a week, and see tutors for various subjects. and then you study at home for the rest of the week with some online support. Now, this is a blended healthcare class, and they are actually running in Yale and Deeside this year. Now, what you need to do is think about what you're interested in. What do you want to do in the future? And consider the different courses that we have on offer. So as I said, if you want to go into some form of healthcare or nursing, perhaps the healthcare diploma is for you. If you wish to go into a more scientific route and do things such as biomedical science, biology, chemistry, environmental science, that is the Biosciences Diploma that is more suitable for your progression. For humanities and social sciences, that diploma can lead you into many different areas, such as you want to go and study history at university, law, politics, criminology, go into a teaching role. It is a very good diploma to give you many different routes into different higher education establishments. And I'm sorry, I waffled a bit there. I'm getting a bit lost. But people who can come onto the Access to HE diploma all have to be over 19 years old and have been out of education for a year or two. We found in the past that many people may be returning to education and do not have many GCSEs. Now, that does not matter. You need some basic GCSEs, English and maths. If you do not have those GCSEs at grade C and above, in other words, you don't have maths and English both at grade C or above, this Access to HE diploma can also give you some time to improve one of them along the course that we do over the year. What you are going to do on a diploma over the year is study certain subjects, and that of course is going to depend on the diploma pathway that you take. So you will have tutors who teach you specific content. For biosciences particularly, you will have tutors that teach you chemistry, biology. In your humanities, your history, your sociology, your psychology, healthcare, you will be doing some science, some biology and sociology or psychology. You will have tutors that specifically do that, but also you'll have tutors that will teach you some basic communication skills that are going to help you if you are going to move on to university. And that's the idea of the Access to HE diploma. In reality, it's for people who wish to go on and study further in university. As well as the communication, you will be doing numeracy, so some maths that admittedly some of you may not have done for a while. You will be taught not at level 3 standard, but at level 2 up to GCSE standard, actually on the course. Now, as well as that, you will have sessions with your personal tutor. So every diploma has a personal tutor that you can ask for advice. They will guide you through various aspects of the course. When you first start, we're there to support you, explain what happens. But as Access to HE means that you want to go on and study in university, for the first term in particular, we are there to support you in applying to universities for your courses. So your tutor will be involved with you a great deal, making sure that you can fill out what we call the Ucas Forms correctly and write your statements to the universities explaining what you are like as a person and what skills you have that you want to offer the university and allow you to enter their courses. So those are the Access to HE diplomas, a one-year course which at the end of you can then, providing you meet the qualifications that your university requests from you, you can then go on and go enter university and start the course that you actually want to specialise in. There is also another course that we've got in this access area, and that is sometimes called a pre-access course. It's a level 2, a GCSE level, because most of us think in terms of that course, for those people who've been out of education for a while, who don't think that they're quite ready to take on a level 3 access to HE course and want to build up their confidence. Now, the level 2 course is called the Skills for Further Study. We do lots of different subjects within it, some science, history, English, media, psychology, sociology, and as well as that, there will be some communication and numeracy. All these courses do have those sorts of units within them. But the Skills for Further Study course will also allow you, in the 4 days that you are in a week, to retake your GCSE English or maths if you need to, and lessons will be put on for you to do that. The things that you need to know is that this course, as I said, is a full-time course, whichever pathway you come on, usually from 9:15 to 2:30 of a day. We cannot say at the moment which days you will be in. That will be given to you in September, because we need you to come. We need you to come on the course. We need you to register. You can do that by looking at www.cambria.ac.uk, looking at the courses that are on offer. There is a section for access, and you can register your interest for coming on the course. After that, Student Services will get in touch with you, and you can talk with those about the types of course that you want to do. So I seem to have been going on for quite a while and repeating myself. I apologise, but does anybody want to ask any questions? Thank you, Jay. That's a good question. University Open Days, we used to put on some visits to universities early on in the term, but for access students, that's as a college, but for access students, that's quite late, because you are going to come in September and start applying to university straight away. An A-level student who'd been at a college would have started this last year. So what I would say to you as a tutor is look now at the universities that you want to apply to and look for the open days that they're putting on and go independently. And I would tell you to go to as many as you can, just to get a feel for the place. At the moment, though, their open days may be virtual. Part-time, thank you, Obi. No, Not in reality. It is 4 days a week for most of the courses, but I did say there is a healthcare course that we still consider a full-time course, called the blended healthcare. You would be in college from 9:15 till about 6 o'clock, 1 day a week, seeing your tutors, but then you have to work at home, and there would be online sessions set at different times of the week that you can join us. So in reality, it's not really, there isn't a part-time course anymore. I'm sorry about that. Is there a pre-access course, Alex? Yes, in terms that the skills for further study, the level 2 diploma is potentially called a pre-access course. Helps you to build up your confidence, work in the way that we would be working on the level 3. If you didn't think that you were up to that, you could, when you apply for the course, student services would contact you and you could talk about, oh, actually, I'm not quite sure I'm up for the level 2 skills course yet. Is there a level 1 or a foundation course that I could go on prior to that? And they could direct you towards that. Right, Ellie, excuse me going back, I haven't got my glasses on. And when I put them on, I look even, I listen. You're assessed on the course by means of assignments. They are a mixture of, not exams, but tests, time-controlled tests that you do in class with your tutors. And they could be presentations where you have to produce something, some support material like a poster or a PowerPoint. Paedophony, don't worry about that. You know, those skills will be taught to you. So you might have to talk, and that would be an assignment. If you are doing the Biosciences course, you could be asked to do some practical work, and that would be assessed. But I would say the vast majority of the course is assessed by doing written assignments. Now, they could be essays, they could be structured questions, or shorter answer questions. And if they are essays, they tend to be given to you in class to then go away and work on. Sometimes you can work on them in class, but you can work on them in your own time, and you would have a hand-in date later on, and you would give them to your tutors then to be marked. I don't really want to go into the marking system at the moment because it's quite long to explain on this little chat. Alice, yes, of course, for anybody who's been out of education for a while, there will be support with assignments. That happens naturally from your tutors. But also within college, if you have had problems in the past, if you have got additional learning needs, you may be dyslexic, we have a additional learning needs team which you can go and have meetings with, and they can assess how we can put in support for you throughout the course. They can look at giving you lots of online help. Some of you might require specific computers. There are lots of programs out there, and within college we can use something called Read Write, which I used last year with all my students to help improve their study skills. But there are study skills sections on our website which can be used by all students as well to help support your working within college. Sure, and thanks for that. We actually don't do, as far as I'm aware, the access to HE engineering. There's only 3 diplomas we actually do. Work experience whilst on the course, Jade, that's a good idea, especially if you're going into healthcare. Bioscience access course as well. Some students in the past have applied to do some work experience in some of the companies around the area. It does look good on your application form to university. You would need perhaps just to write to these places and ask if there's any chance that you could go in and do some shadowing. Some people in the past have had part-time jobs in local companies or in care homes if they were doing the healthcare diploma. I'm not sure how that's going to work under current circumstances with COVID-19 at the moment. But as a tutor to my students in the past who've been going on to healthcare degrees, such as paramedics, radiographers, physiotherapists, I have actively encouraged them to try and get some shadowing, especially in hospitals. And for radiographers and physiotherapists, they definitely look at that when they are looking at your applications to university. Unfortunately, I don't know what they're going to do. It's something that any of you who's considering doing this course to go on to university to a specific degree, you need to, in the next few months, start to be asking these questions of universities. I'm doing this course. Do I need to do work experience? And if they say yes, that's when you need to then try and ring up the hospitals. But as I said, currently we have some problems. Now, there's some other questions that have been sent in that may be of use to some of you. Somebody asked, is this course free? Now, access courses in Wales, they are definitely free. It's not the same in England. You have to pay a few £1,000s for it. But the access course in Wales, full-time, is a free course. Somebody said they have children that go to nursery currently. Can college help with that? Well, at Deeside and Yale, there are nurseries, and if you do have a child that requires care, please could you, when you are applying or asked to interview, sort of ask for information about the nurseries, because your child could actually get a place there. Another question is about funding for the course. There isn't funding for the course because there's no fee, but you are all adults, and some of you are taking a big hit in that you're giving up jobs to actually come back into education. Now, there is something called the Welsh, excuse me, I get it wrong, the Welsh Government Learning Grant, which is means tested. It can be given to people whose income is below about 18,400 a year, and you can get up to, for the year, £1,500 from the Welsh Assembly. It's not a lot of money, but I know students in the past who've been reliant on that. So how you can apply for it is when you know you're coming on the course, go onto the Student Finance Wales website, and there is a section on it with a form to fill out for you to apply for that grant. And there's a key thing to remember, that as you are mature students, many of you, and you may be renting or you have your house, we have to pay council tax, but as a full-time student, you would get a reduction in your council tax. I'll just have a look, see if there are any other questions. No, the support, as I mentioned before, comes from your PT, and also we have student services in college. Have a look at our website at cambria.ac.uk. Look for the courses, apply. Doesn't matter if in a month's time you decide, no, that course isn't right for me. Can I change? That's fine. Right? Apply. Student services will be in touch with you, and they'll discuss things with you and look for the best pathway for you. Because at College Cambria, that is what we're concerned with, is making sure that you can progress and go and do what you want to do in the future. We are here to support you, to help you to do that. I think that may be all. If I just have a quick look of what I've missed, quite a lot probably, but I hope that's been helpful, and good luck in your research over the next month or two before we see you in college in September. And ask the universities, if you definitely know what you want to do, a lot of questions so that you are prepared in September to fill out that application form if you're doing the Access to HE Diploma in any of the 3 pathways: healthcare, biosciences, or humanities and social sciences, ready for you to, the year after, be off to university and start the next leg of your life. Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope that has helped. We definitely want to see you in College Cambria in September to help you progress. Goodbye. Who will?